begin in your mountain pose with feet as close together as is comfortable. Take your hands to the lower part of your back, thumbs pointing forward. Push your elbows together, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then lean back and look upwards. So we don't want to overextend ourselves, we're just doing a standing back bend. And then bring the body upright. Taking the arms in front of you, nice and parallel. You're going to twist to one side to begin with and hold this for a breath, and then back to centre and twist to the other and back to centre. Release the arms, make sure the feet are nice and flat on the floor, toes pointing forwards, and you're going to bend the knees, sink down and bring your arms in front of you. If you can raise them any higher, then do so. So this is your chair pose. Keep the arms nice and straight. Sink down as much as you can. Hold this for a breath and then take the arms back, still keeping them parallel. Then bring the hands to heart centre. You can twist and bring the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. If the thumbs can't stay at heart centre in this position, you can bring a fist into a palm, either way. And then return to centre and repeat for the other side. Back to centre, take your arms behind you, bring the arms in front, release the arms and stand. We're going to do another twist in the chair pose, so make sure you're happy with where your feet are. If you do want to make it a little easier, you can take the feet slightly further apart. Bend the knees, sink down and bring the arms out. Sink down as low as you can, because you're then going to bring the hands to the floor, placing one hand in the middle. If the hand can't lie flat on the floor comfortably, then please use a block or a cushion, and twist the other arm up into the air. Bring down and we're swapping over, extending the opposite arm. Bring both hands down onto the floor now. Slowly release and bring yourself to standing. You can repeat your back bend here. So thumbs pointing forward, pushing elbows together, pushing shoulders together, pushing your chest up, don't forget to keep breathing while you're in this position, and then inhale to bring the body up. Bring the arms into an upward salute and fold yourself forward. Bend the knees if you need to, so that your hands can be flat on the floor. So I will just turn so that you can see both feet and both hands. breathe in to bring the body up and the arms up. And this time we're going to bring the hands to the hips, fingers pointing forward instead of thumbs. We're going to do a half forward fold. So we're only folding our body halfway. Take a breath in, and on your next exhale, release the arms, fold forward and hook the two big toes with your fingers. Take 3 breaths here. On the first exhale, press the toes into the fingers. On the second exhale, push your elbows out to the side. And on the third exhale, straighten your legs if possible and bring the crown of the head so it's pointing towards the floor. Breathe in to release the fingers from the toes. Place the hands flat on the floor. Take the right hand to the middle and then extend the left arm up. Bring the left arm down and repeat for the right side. Bring both hands down onto the mat. Come up onto fingertips for a flat back extension. And then breathe in to bring the body back upright. Now from the centre of your mat, take your feet wider than hip width, but not to the maximum extent. Bring your arms out parallel and turn the palms so that they're facing forward. Check the alignment of the toes. Bring the heels closer towards each other, and that automatically takes the toes out away from each other. You may need to experiment with the placement of your feet, because what we're going to do is we're going to push the knees out and bend the arms. Breathe in to push back up, pushing the knees out to over the feet, bending the arms. Breathe in to straighten your limbs. Breathe out as you sink down. Breathe in to straighten up. Breathe out as you sink, all the while pushing those knees outwards. And breathe in to come back up. For the final time, we're going to bend and then try to hold the pose for a breath. So just make sure your shoulders are low and that your spine is upright. And then straighten, release the arms and bring the feet together. Begin at the front of your mat in mountain pose, and then step your right foot back. Turn the toes out so that they are facing the long edge of the mat. Turn your hips so that they are also in line with the long edge of the mat. Bend the the left knee, making sure it's over the ankle and hasn't folded inwards. And bring your arms to parallel. Look over your left fingertips. So this is your warrior two pose. If you can stretch the distance between the feet anymore, then please do so. But remember, we don't push ourselves past 70%. Hold this for a breath with nice strong arms, and then push forward towards the left. From here, you can bring the forearm down onto the thigh, palm facing up, and extend the right hand up and over if you wish. You can look up at the right fingertips this time. Anyone who wishes to take it a little further can bring the hand down onto the floor. But if the hand doesn't reach the floor, place it on a block, because we need to keep the hips on top of each other and not turn forward. Come back to your forearm pose. Back into warrior two. Release the arms. Straighten the left leg. Then turn the left foot. So both feet are now facing the long edge. Bring your hands to your hips. Breathe in and then fold forward. Always folding from the hips. If you want to release the hands and grab the ankles, you can do. Or you may be able to place the hands flat on the floor. Again, if the hands don't reach the floor, use a folded up blanket or a cushion just to increase the height of the floor for you. And then breathe in to bring the body back up. Now release the arms and turn the right foot so it's facing the short edge of the mat. Bend that knee so the left toes are still facing the long edge. Make sure the knee is above the ankle again. Keeping the knee where it is and sinking down, you're turning the hips again so that in alignment with the long edge of the mat. Bring the arms up to parallel and then look over the right fingertips. So pushing down equally on both the left and right feet. You can then push forward to the right, and then again bring the forearm to the thigh, palm facing up, and bring the left arm up and extended. Taking it further is placing the hand on the floor, but you want to make sure that the top hip stays in line and it doesn't come round. So please don't try and do this if it's going to compromise your alignment. Then you bring the hand back to your warrior two. Release the arms, straighten the leg, and once more turn the toes so they're both facing the long edge of the mat. Take the hands to the hips, breathe in, and as you breathe out, once more fold forward from the hips. If you want to keep your hands where they are, Then first of all, bring your right elbow up, so the upper body comes into a twist, and then back to centre, and the left elbow, then back to centre. An alternative is to have both hands flat on the floor, one hand in the middle, and twist to extend the opposite arm up. Then repeat on the other side. Lower them down. You can grab your ankles if you wish. If you would like an extra shoulder stretch, you can clasp the hands behind your back and push the arms up and away from you. You would release the arms first, bring hands back to either side of the body, and breathe in as you slowly bring yourself to standing. Release the arms, bring the feet together, and come into your mountain pose. Another variation of our wide-legged forward fold depends on your level of flexibility. Once you have folded forward, you may wish to grab the opposite ankle and extend the arm up. You can grab the ankle from the inside or around the outside. And then, of course, you would need to swap over. And release. Another thing you could do is to hook your big toes with your first two fingers and really focus on pushing your belly against your thighs, and then pushing your elbows out to the sides. You would release the toes first, bring yourself up slowly, and then return to standing. We can now use that pose as a basis for a balance. So taking your feet fairly wide apart once more, turn the toes slightly outwards this time, only a little. You can either keep your arms by your side or bring them up parallel to the floor. You can bring them into prayer position, or you can even take them high up above the head. So totally up to you. Breathe in, and as you do, you're going to lift the heels off the floor and come up onto your tiptoes, and then release. So pressing the toes right into the mat, you're lifting the heels up. They won't come very far off the floor, and then bringing them back down. You can try a different arm position if you wish, lifting and then releasing. If you just want to try one at a time to begin with, you can do, but just make sure you don't lift the heel too far up and strain the ankle. Okay, and if you try one side, of course, try the other straight after. Okay, so finally, we lift up, hold for either 1, 2 or 3 breaths, and then release, and return to standing.